Welcome everybody to Ballers and Briefs, Week 9 Killer Showdown on the eve before Halloween. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up, fellas?
What up, everybody?
busy day, but now we're here for football and candy tomorrow.
Work hard, play
candy.
hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
and eat all the kids' candy.
yeah. Take all that you can get. I unfortunately
Do
will
you
not.
guys dress up as well on
I'm going to
Halloween with
this
the
year.
kids? You
I'm going
rocking
to this
something?
year.
All right. All right. Nice. What
Not
you
not
rocking
I'm
this
this? What
year.
you rocking with?
gonna be a little Freddy, and she's being Jason, so Freddy versus Jason,
Okay.
and then Luca's being Beetlejuice.
Hey,
Nice.
showtime!
Nice.
How
Showtime, yeah.
Nice.
about you? Are you doing it?
No dress up for me. The kids are going. My son's actually going to go for the Michael Jackson Thriller look.
Okay.
Or no, the what is it? Damn, I always mess it up.
Man,
The
Thriller
Billie
would have been
Jean
sick.
look. The Billie Jean look, I think. And then my daughter's going Wednesday Adams.
Oh,
I
okay.
could totally see. I could totally see Khaleesi as Wednesday. It's
So
that it works. It works. She's got the nice long hair and everything, so it works. I could see her just doing the dancing and everything too.
she's so hyped just to get to do the little dance with it.
That's cool.
You
Yeah.
dressing up, Cody?
Well, no, because we're going to Mexico tomorrow. So
Must be
On
uh
tight.
Halloween.
yeah,
For
on
Halloween.
Halloween. So but I mean, you guys know that we did the whole Disney Halloween party and everything, and we were all the people from Wish. So Kai was Asha and Seema was Queen Amaya, and I was King Magnifico. So we got mad props at Disney, and the people were like coming up to us and like, can you sign? Can you sign? And I'm like, I'm not a cast member, but okay. We're like, we've never seen you at Disney before. I'm like, oh, I don't work here. Like, what are you talking about? They're like, oh, your family's so cool. So but yeah, we usually do it
That's
for that.
hilarious.
We would if we were gonna be here, but we decided to take a trip south of the border tomorrow. So and then
Fire though.
it's gonna be awesome. So that's why Saturday. So excited about Saturday's show a little bit, even though it's gonna be a little shorter, but I got a little taste for everybody, a little bit of cool things going on. But yeah, a little bit of killer showdown. Obviously two killers on the screen right here. Lots of blood and guts. What's up, Derek? What's up,
What's
Derek?
good, Derek?
Uh Derek, we will answer your questions at the end of the show. So we're going to talk about the game, talk a little news, talk a little DFS Millie action, and then
You
hit it
got
at
you.
the end. But I like what you got so far. But we'll look at it and get to it, I promise. So immediate news impacts this game that we're going to talk about anyway. Stephon Diggs out for the year, non-contact ACL injury.
Rough for my man's there.
Another one got sniped from the cheap seats. I don't know, man. I saw it and I knew exactly what it was. At this point, I think maybe if you watch enough football that you kind of get numb to the fact of what's happening, and then you see these guys just kind of, yep, they know it. I'd have felt like 5 to 10 years ago, dudes didn't, you couldn't never tell. But now, nah, it's just, they're done. Like, yep, my knee's gone. The ligaments are gone. It's over. I don't know. It's like cutting a string. It's
That's a
weird.
boost to some other players on your team, though.
Yes. Quite a few. We get Nico Collins back next week, so that will be a big deal. But when it comes to tomorrow's game, quite a few other names that we will talk about a little bit. Then, speaking of another wide receiver that I don't know what this dude is been in the news 2 weeks in a row. First, he's been suspended for PEDs, and now he's being investigated for a traffic stop with a illegal handgun in his car. Jameson Williams, like, dude, what? Why are these dudes being stupid?
I mean, if I was an athlete, I would have a gun. I mean, I have guns. I carry mine all the time, but I'm in Florida. I don't know how these other states are, but I was an athlete. Obviously, you saw what happened to Pearsall and Brian Robinson on the Redskins. They need a weapon at all times, so I get it. But like, if it's illegal in your state, you shouldn't be, violating the road to get caught with that shit.
Yeah, it's concealed. He was a concealed weapon, and of course, you get just as well as I do, Phil. You get popped through the traffic stop, and you don't tell him you got a gun in the car, and it's concealed. You're pretty much shit up a creek at that point, and then all
I
of
mean,
the
it should almost be an exception for public figures to carry in any state. Should just be like an all around constitutional right to carry if you're a public figure.
I can see
Because
that.
they're targets nowadays, man. Like times are so different now than they used to be. Can't be famous in a normal society anymore.
Yeah, dude, these dudes are getting taken left and right too. So it's like, I mean, pulled up and yeah, it's been rough, but I mean, it's not a good look for him, especially with his team being kind of high profile right now. With Detroit looking like, I mean, if not the best team in the NFC, if not the best team or one of the best teams in the NFL, one of the best teams in the NFC right now, I think. So, I mean, they're killing people left and right. So,
They're
a team,
scoring, man. That's a high scoring offense.
yes, best
Yeah,
number
dude.
one offensive line in the league right now, rated wise. So, it's they're getting a lot of points. So, and then over to the other guys on the other side. The ghost of Joe Flacco is back. And I'm gonna tap out, guys, and you guys can finish the show, okay? You guys just finish the show, and because I'm tired. I'm tired and I don't want to finish it. What kind of bullshit is that, Anthony Richardson? Like you are a top 5 draft pick and you tap out.
Is he sick? Like
No, dude got up there.
I heard he tapped out, but like, what do you mean you're tired?
Dude got up there in the press conference and said, "Oh, I was just tired. I was just tired. I needed a break."
I'm about to go into my next trial while the judge is talking and just be like, I need a break. I'll be back in a little bit.
He didn't even lie about it. Like he just said, I was tired. I mean, if it was me and I was him and I was literally tired and gassed, which maybe he's out of shape. I don't know.
I would have lied and said,
but I'd have been like, oh, my
discomfort.
contact. I had some dirt in my contact. I need to come out for a play. Like I need it pointing at my eye. I don't even wear fucking contacts, but I'd have made an excuse up. I'd have made something up. I'd have lied
I would
about
have
it.
just. He could have also just checked the like draws and like screenplays where you basically don't have to
Taylor.
kind of do anything. You know what I mean? As far as as for playing until you can catch your breath again. I mean, quarterbacks, I'm sure, do that all the time. Just change the play to a run until you can catch your breath for a little bit if you're that tired. But you would think, again, if you're paying the guy that much money, there's no way you should be tired. Like, there's no way you can be tired, basically, at that point. Like, you can't use that reasoning. But I think just from a playing standpoint, I think he needs a little bit more time to kind of see the game. I hope maybe if he just gets a chance to step away from it, kind of being benched a little bit, see that it's not just going to be handed to him. Maybe he'll kind of start doing the additional work he needs to become a better passer. I watched him at Florida for 2 years, on and off with the games that he played. He suffered from injuries at that time, and he struggled, I think, with a lot of the intermediary passes, just like how he has in the NFL. The deep ball is what kind of got him the highlights, though. And then his ability to run. But the thing about it is that there's one thing to be running against Utah. It's another thing to be running against grown men in the NFL. It just doesn't work the same unless you have a Lamar Jackson style speed.
I mean, it's literally there. His quarterback rating is like 66.8%. He has the lowest completion percentage of any serviceable quarterback since like Tim Tebow. Like the class that he's in with quarterback accuracy rating right now is Tebow, Jamarcus Russell, and JP Lossman. So I'm like, dude, that is not a class that you want to be in. I
It's
mean,
also not a job you want to lose.
no, he's
Joe
not getting
Flacco
it
come in
back.
there and take the fucking
He's
job.
not getting it back. Shane Steichen
He's-
said today, this is not an experiment. He knows better. This is not an experiment. So, dude might not get this back ever until Joe Flacco is done. Especially if Joe Flacco comes in and starts dotting it
He
up.
put up 350 against the Jags, I believe. And brought them
Flacco
back.
was dotting. He was throwing
So it
dots
makes me
several
wonder.
times.
It makes me then kind of put more on AR in this situation. And sometimes when you're in a bad situation, like the scheme is bad, the play calling is bad, but when you see the backup quarterback have 350 yards in the scheme, then it makes you wonder, is it the player?
What's up, Scorpio?
Yeah,
so
he's he definitely trolled himself to unemployment line.
I mean, he's like, there's a guy that's a backup for the Patriots, Joe Milton, that was at Tennessee. You know what I'm talking about, Brad?
Yep.
He's essentially AR, and he's on the
You're
bench
right.
and wasn't drafted until like the fucking 7th round or 6th round,
You're right.
whatever it was.
He
when the
just
Patriots
doesn't
drafted.
have the 4. What was it? The 4.3. What did he run? Like a 4.40 or whatever. And
I think Milton runs somewhere close to that. He's just like he just didn't like he has the same type thing. And I wonder if maybe when they drafted, when the teams had already seen what the experiment with Anthony Richardson was last season, maybe the same thing with Milton. I mean, he's got a cannon, but the cannon ain't everything. So yeah. Oh, Scorpio, yes, try it. Yes, it's killing everybody. It's killing everybody's team that has him. I mean, a lot of people put a lot of stock in him, especially after Nico Collins. And then one of Phil's favorite wide receivers has got a new home. Deontay Johnson is now a member of the Baltimore Ravens. No more excuses for Lamar Jackson.
How's a good pickup for them?
No more excuses.
I
don't think so. No more excuses. You have
he gets the division rival too.
Yeah.
With Steelers.
Yeah, he was. Yes. Yeah, I'm saying that's why it was hard to try to find him something that wasn't Steelers or Panthers. So I was like, oh, he's in black workout clothes, so it works perfect. So yeah, I think it's good for him. But I did see a joke that they said that the Baltimore Ravens are building the all small wide receiver team because these are all small guys. They're not like, there's no big body receiver.
He don't look fucking small.
He's not not a big guy. Like Zay Flowers, him and Rashad Bateman are all
I know Bateman.
like my height.
They don't want to see me out there, and then they could truly build a small wide receiver core. Maybe we go try out real quick.
I mean, Deontay Johnson is 5'10", 183 pounds, so he's 20 pounds lighter than me in my height. So it's that's what I'm saying. Like they're not super big, but
it's more aerodynamic.
I think again, like Lamar Jackson has no more excuses now. Like literally, I don't think it could get any better for him at this point. Especially the way the team is playing. I mean, they obviously got clocked by Jameis Winston and the Browns. But I think if he had a wide receiver like Johnson, who was obviously would have been wide open on that last play, that's what he needed to seal the game, right? So these Hail Marys.
We called that. We said that game could have sneaky over potential because of Winston.
Winging it, man.
Airing it out, boy.
Yep.
He throws that rock. He throws that rock.
Yeah. We can and then of course trade deadline is next Tuesday. So all the trades have to be wrapped up and finalized before Tuesday, also, which is election day. It's going to be weird. You're going to be looking at who the president's going to be and what your favorite team might have traded for. What's up, KC?
What's good, KC?
So yeah, it's like it's gonna be a weird day. Weird day next Tuesday. And that's the day I'm coming home on the plane too. So it's gonna be really weird.
Super weird.
Yeah. So
that is weird.
But yeah, let's talk a little Millie action, I think, since we kind of alluded to
damn, Bo Nix was I thought it was gonna be my man Hurts that I called.
Little time. I mean, we talk about Jameis guy there. You got Cedric Tillman, excuse me. There.
Yeah, I had
So
him boy
quick
in my
story
single
on
entry.
McConkey in my fantasy league. So I have McConkey in the season long.
Brad, I
was
saw
watching
this.
So this is very frustrating. So I was watching this all week. They said he had a hip issue, and I'm like, there ain't no way. But I was like, well, if he does play, I was like, maybe he might get doubled. He was projected maybe 13 points. So I left him on the bench, play someone else. He turns around, gets 30 plus. I lose my fantasy game basically because of not starting him. I don't even know what I would really even say to anyone if someone's carrying a designation with a hip issue going into it, who had only gotten at most 12 points per each game prior to that. But man, that one crushed me. That one crushed me.
I saw that. I saw that, and I was like,
Crush me.
"Oh
Crush
my
me.
god!" I mean, you weren't the only one that left a lot of points on the bench this week.
This lineup sucks.
This lineup it really sucks. Yes,
Our
this
man didn't even
lineup.
play a player from Denver, but he did a bring back from Carolina, dude. Like, how are you doing a bring back from Carolina, but you're not even stacking your quarterback?
It's the first time I think I've seen Chuba Hubbard all season less than like at least 7 or 8%.
This lineup sucks, dude. This is definition of
goddamn lucky.
Is this what the optimizer is saying on some of these guys?
Hell no.
Is that what
Hell no. Ain't none of this from optimization.
Otten was optimization. He was in my cash lineup.
Yes.
I stacked Hurts with AJ Brown and did a bring back with Chase. So I like the Chase play. I had Tillman in my single entry as well because I needed a cheap player that can get it done. I risked it with him and it fucking paid off. But man, I don't see why anybody would play Chuba against that Denver defense with Pat Surtain back. I just don't get it. Obviously, he got a snowflake, so it didn't fucking pay off. He was only 1% drafted. And if I'm going to play Bo Nix, which isn't a bad play because he's playing against Carolina, so I can agree with that, I got to stack him with somebody. Right? It's Bo Nix. Like, if he's getting you there, it's in my mind, he's not getting you there naked.
King.
If
I kind of see these check down king, though.
It's crazy. This lineup sucks.
He's a check down king. So it's crazy though.
Also, Josh Jacobs was cheaper than B-Rob, right? And Josh Jacobs got a lot more points than that because I had Josh Jacobs. So this lineup could have been beat easily.
I'm trying to look and see.
Was the guy underneath him?
I think he had like 30 points or 29 points. And I think he was cheaper than Bijan. I'll tell you right now because I had him in my lineup. I had him in my single entry, which is crazy because I did a last minute swap. I swapped Kareem Hunt out for him. My contest, recent. I ended up finishing 500th place in this bitch. Let's see. Josh Jacobs, 28.50. So 6 more points, and he cost $6,600. $600 less and had more points. So you could have easily beat this lineup. I think there was another running back too.
You could have. So like in the second place here, looking at it right now, you could have flexed out Chuba Hubbard and went with Travis Kelce for $700 less and scored 16 extra points because Travis Kelce had 25.
Kelce was only 6,000 this week.
He was 6,000. Yes.
Damn, that was a fucking play I missed.
And then with that $700 savings, you could have played. You could have
Ridley probably.
You
could have Ridley.
No, no Ridley.
Could have played Ridley instead of Jamar Chase, and you would have saved a couple thousand.
I mean, you could have went up to Jahmyr Gibbs. You could have went to Jahmyr Gibbs with that $700 savings over Bijan.
That's what it was that popped off. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Achan, we called Achan. He popped off, and he was only 6,200.
Yep.
Yep.
Mixon had 26 points, but he was 77. So he was more. So
Yeah.
he wouldn't have worked out. But literally, you could have took
Coulda went
out
to-
Chase and played Ridley and just had a whole lot of money left over. Could have smoked this lineup.
You could have left Chase off the board and went stacked Cortland Sutton with Bo Nix. Cortland Sutton had 21 points and he was only 5,300.
Yeah.
If you're gonna play Bo Nix and you not stack him, it's crazy.
It's not common that you can beat the winning Millie lineup because usually they have some wild shit and everybody was the absolute nuts. But this lineup could have been absolute shit on in so many ways.
Oh yeah, I know Casey. That's what I'm saying. He's a check down king, and I wish John was here so I could shit on him, because he's a Denver fan. But I've watched Bo Nix ever since he was at Auburn, and he's always been the check down king. And if he can't find a check down, he's going to run it down the field. He's going to run down the field. He's going to check down or run down. That's it. And that's really what happens. It's like when Denver beat the Saints 2 weeks ago, it was because he couldn't find anybody downfield, and that's why he didn't never targeted Cortland Sutton, and so that's why he busted off that 70-yard run or whatever it was. And so that's what I'm saying. Like he can't find a check down. Fuck that, dog. I'm gone.
First place in the single entry spy that I always play in only had 197 points. So, man, numbers were across the board easy to beat this week if we were just on it. We weren't on it.
Yeah, dude. It was.
I mean, I played Hurts. Hurts got me 35 points. So, like right there, I mean, you could have saved the money on Chase and played Hurts. That pay up would have been Hurts. You could have got more points from the quarterback and, played Ridley instead of Chase and ran Hurts naked.
Yeah,
but
so
I don't
guess
think
it just
any
ultimately
pair.
it rests with the ownership. It seems like this one, when you have, as you all say, getting different. If you have the guy that doesn't, everyone else doesn't have, and he goes off, this is what I guess potentially could happen. Then you can end up winning the millie. You have 8%, 2%, 8%.
This guy's lineup is different. 1% on defense, 1% on Hubbard, 3% on McConkey, 2% on Cook. Dog, that's contrarian as it gets right there.
It seems like those might be the strategy a little bit more sometimes on the millie makers.
Yeah, I mean, in order to win the millie maker, you got to get different. That's the whole motto of the show.
But this one's like super different. Like this follows no rules whatsoever. I don't think.
No rules. This is just a fucking luck of the optimizer with no rules, or pure dumb luck crafting a lineup and you forgot you didn't stack your quarterback and you thought you did type thing.
Yeah, I think that's more or less kind of what happened here in so many ways. It's just weird.
Won by 0.60. My man, 6-yard difference in this lineup in second place. In that the guy in second place, one penalty that called back one of his catches, cost him $1 million. In one of the games, in one of his lineups, I'm sure his guy caught the ball for maybe 10 yards, and there was a flag on a play, and it came back. Yep. And he's sick right now. He probably at home thinking of all the penalties that just cost him $1 million.
I have nothing for that. I mean, that's literally what it was. It was and the Bills defense, I don't know, man. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all in this lineup. I mean, against kind of what Seattle was doing, I think that was kind of just dumb luck itself too.
1%, dude. Nobody was doing that.
Yeah, I get it, but it's not.
Yep. I played Denver and I played Saints. I played Saints in the single entry. They got 5 points, but it's not bad. It was more than the defense that the guy had in first place in the spy. He had the Jets. They only had 2 points.
Yeah. Yeah. It was not a bad. I mean, it was a weird weekend. Talk about a little DraftKings. I've been telling y'all, I've been playing this DraftKings pick 6. Well, finally paid off. I hit 7 out of 7 in a 44.4 times optimizer this week.
That's solid.
Fucking
Big
over
222.
That's winning.
Hey, I off of $5, man.
those
Like it was
numbers.
I was like, I never done 7 before, and I was like, oh shit. I was putting them in, and it was like you can play up to, you can just keep going, and I was like, I was just building the legs out, and I was like, all right, Jamar Chase he's getting a touchdown. McMillan's getting at least 4. Mixon, I know for a fact, deep down in my heart, that's all we got right now. Richardson's dog shit. That paid off. Tapping out, thanks, buddy. Rodgers was getting a couple. I felt like Joey Slye, like they weren't gonna, like the Patriots weren't gonna be able to get it down the field very well. And man, Amon-Ra, we've been calling it all season long that Amon-Ra is a slot god, not just a sun god, but he's a slot god. So I knew it. And when I saw that shit, man, I took off running, dude. I thought that was so dope. But yeah, it sucks that it's not available there in Florida, which I did a little bit of deep diving today and trying to figure out why the fuck it's not available for you guys.
Is available here, and it's the same shit.
It's pretty much the same thing. I just feel like something was about to do. It has something to do with being that it's closer to props than not, and Prize Picks. The way Prize Picks plays there in Florida is different than the way it plays here in Texas. So like, I've never been able to put more than like 3 in a lineup or 4 in a lineup there. Maybe it's just me, but every time I've tried it, it's never been 3 or 4. Here in Texas, I can go up to
5 or 6.
I can do up to 6. So
yeah, I think I can do 5 or 6 now. But I mean, I saw Logan Paul or advertising some shit called BetR, and it's just like the same shit, but they pay like 1000x on some things. So I was like, oh, let me go in here and
I mean, this
try to hit 1000x real quick.
Moves. So this moves like this pick 6, the multiplier moves obviously based on the percentages. So like if you see my percentage here, I was with 7 out of 7. I was with 1.2% of all other entries, which split like a pot of $3,400. So that's why it was only 222. But had I put 10 in, $10 or 15, whatever I wanted to, because in there the minimum is only $1. Like, you know, in Prize Picks, your minimum is 5. So here it puts your money in pots in multiple pools and then pulls it all together at the end. So I was like, oh shit. So other people were picked weird. So like you can see how much percentage each person's picked. So like nobody basically picked that Anthony Richardson was going to go less than 15.5 completions. So, and then nobody picked Joey Slye was going to go less than 5.5 points kicking. So I don't know. That's just where the money lies. It's kind of more along the lines, I guess, maybe because it moves. Maybe that's a reason why it's not available there, where I know Prize Picks is stagnant and it's one price. And of course, you know how gambling is there. It's all based through Seminoles, Hard Rock. So I guess maybe they have something to do with that. But I think Underdog is available there, and it's the same exact thing too. So, but I think it just because the line doesn't, like the payout money doesn't move out. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. But yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. So I guess we can kind of go divvy on back to what we came here to talk about. Or before we get to that, maybe I should think about something that we have going on. I know you got that sweet ass jersey came in today. It looks fire, bro.
Yes, sir. The Tyreek Hill signed jersey came in today. Is this week 9? Yes, next week.
Next Saturday.
Getting it out to a winner.
Yeah. Let's go.
Looks fire.
Yeah, it's pretty
came
dope.
In a nice little package and everything, nice little box. So I'm just gonna send it the way it came to the winner.
Wrapped up package, right?
Yeah, it's a nice package.
Did you guys know? And I was thinking, I saw Mason Rudolph playing this weekend, and I was like, did you guys know that Tyreek Hill played with him in college?
I did not. And yeah, Casey, it's actually fire. So yeah, giving it away.
Yeah.
Casey, Cody's gonna ask a question. Cody's asking a question on week 10 sometime during the podcast. First person to answer correctly in the chat that likes, follows, and subscribes to us will win it, and I'll send it
I'm
to you.
I'm gonna play a video real quick, Casey, so you can see what it looks like. All right. I think I know you follow us on social, so you've probably seen it already, but just so that you can see it here live.
Came here to do. Now bust it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real.
So that little hologram there on the jersey below the signature, that is the actual Beckett authentication to the signature. It has a little QR code. You scan it, takes you right to the Beckett authorization code that the signature is valid and real. So fire giveaway.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, so that's what we wanted to give out to the people. So Casey, I know you're a gamer. I know you like sports too. So we want to give everybody a chance. If you would just kind of shout it to the heavens and shout it to everybody out there in the world. So I know all those people that play Call of Duty with you, they know who Tyreek Hill is. If not for one reason or another.
I'm gonna try to do something else too at the end of this season for everybody, like just for the people that are always in here talking and stuff, give certain people that we'll put together for a chance to win something else. Because we appreciate the comments, the loyalty, the coming back, all of that stuff. Not just here to win something and leave, but you're here to support every week or constantly, I should say.
Yeah. Casey knows what it's all about. So we appreciate it. We appreciate you, Scorpio, and even in Scorpio season. So, but yeah, I get this game this game obviously is close to me being a Texans fan. It's one that everybody said at the beginning of the season when the schedule came out, they were going to get our ass kicked. I don't know why everybody thought we were going to lose to the Jets. And I was like, you guys are smoking crack. Like, it's the same old Jets. It's the same old Jets.
That's correct.
I don't care. You got Aaron Rodgers. You got Devontae Adams now. You got Garrett Wilson, and Breece Hall is actually kind of coming back. This game's got a really low over and under, by the way. It's only 42 points.
Y'all both got solid defenses.
That's about right.
Got solid defenses, and like as I always say, I mean, I have to check and do my research on the Jets. Yeah, 14. But Aaron Rodgers is one of the slowest offenses. He was not the slowest on Green Bay because of the way his snap count is and the way he likes to snap the ball is always at the end of a snap count. And Houston is number 1, meaning y'all are the actual slowest offense this year for snap count. So just slow game is what it's projected to be. Ain't nobody hurrying up the offense, nobody running a lot of plays, doing as few plays as possible, and they're doing mediocre amount of plays as possible. It's not enough. So
it boils down to I'm gonna be honest. This is another one of my rants. This is a little more my no digs. Yes, absolutely no digs.
Mr. Tank Dell should pop unless he's got an elite corner covering him.
Well, of course, he's got Sauce Gardner and DJ Reed, so they're both good. But what I was saying is, like, the thing about it goes back to my scrambling on the wall here of the Shanahan offense. Both of these are Shanahan type schemes. No matter what they say, Nathaniel Hackett has been part of that Matt LaFleur tree, who is an extension of McVay, who is an extension of Shanahan. So it's all same. That's why it's all slow. That's another reason why this game could be slow, because obviously we've seen it before. This is the defense that Robert Saleh built, who was the defensive coordinator with the 49ers before D'Amico became defensive coordinator with the 49ers. So I really feel like this is two teams that are almost kind of identical, but having two different trajectories right now. So, I don't disagree with that at all.
I see this game going probably like 21-17. It just feels like that. Excuse me, on a Thursday night matchup where you don't really have a lot of time to really scheme up against the other side, kind of create something too different, too exotic. At that point, you probably just want to go to the run game, kind of keep it close. But I also just think the defenses, no matter what sort of they face, given that both sides have solid corner play and just overall solid defenses, that's again why I like the under tomorrow. In this
they have
matchup.
Jets favored by 2.
Is it in
It's
Meadowlands?
Yes, it's in the home of the knee slashers. Yes, so let's just hope that there's no other ACLs that are gone on this shitty field tomorrow night. Like literally, that's another one that takes people's souls from them.
Fun fact: I competed in Halo tournaments right outside that stadium in the Meadowlands. It's best spot for MLG back in the day too. Boy, it was MLG New Jersey in the Meadowlands. Is one of the best tournaments, but stadium did suck. I saw it firsthand. Area is trashy.
I've seen it. I saw it from the airport. I flew into Jersey Airport one time and saw it, and I was like, "This is what it's supposed to look like. This is gross."
It was terrible.
So little injury information that's a little pertinent to the progress here. Texans will be without our middle linebacker Azeez Al-Shaair again. Jarrett Patterson, who's been like a fill-in guard for us because Kenyon Green has been just not the greatest. So he's out with a concussion. He came in for like 2 plays the other day and got concussed because Miko told Kenyon and said, "Bro, what the F is going on? You got to play better." He took him out, and then the dude that came in to fill in for him gets a concussion like 2 plays later. Dame Pierce, we're going to be without Dame Pierce. He's out with a groin injury, and going to be without safety Jimmy Ward, also out with a groin injury. Something's going around in the water in Houston, I guess. The groin. Nobody's rubbing it out for him, I guess. Nobody wants to touch those things after Deshaun Watson. The Jets, Tony Adams, their safety, out with a hammy. Another safety, Ashton Davis, out with a concussion. Defensive tackle, Leaky Fotu, out with a knee. Alan Lazard is out with a chest injury. Morgan Moses, their left tackle, is questionable with a knee injury. He was limited in practice. They will be without their number 1 linebacker in CJ Mosley, out with a neck injury. Chaz Surratt, linebacker, questionable with a heel injury. They will be without right guard, Elijah Vera Tucker, with an ankle. And then, I don't know who this Kenny Yoba, tight end, must be depth. Special teams guy is questionable with a Achilles injury. So I think
definitely depth. That's for sure. He's not even number 3.
Yeah, he must be special teams type guy because I've never heard of him before.
Yeah, defensive game, man. I think for y'all with no dig.
That's why I got this guy, Mr. Kaimi Fairbairn, on the chalkboard, because seems to be that guy that only can score points. Him and Joe Mixon.
Yeah, it might be a boost to somebody like Xavier Hutchinson too.
I think so. Him and John Mechie both.
Yeah, both projected around the same amount of points, 5. But who's your deep threat? Who goes deep, Mechie or Hutchinson?
They're both. I mean, Hutch is more kind of like he's a big body like Nico. Mechie is
more possession receiver. He has speed.
Mechie has speed, but the deep guy in this is going to be Tank. I mean, it's literally that's kind of what he's going to be, the deep guy.
Tank's going to be shadowed, so he's not going to be able to go deep. He's going to have shadow coverage all game. It's going to have to be one of these turds that gets you the milli winning ticket, or Joe Mixon. Could be Mr. Mixon. Might be a feed Mixon day. He might even get fucking injured because he's going to get too much work.
My gut tells me also Robert Woods is going to be factoring into this because he fluctuates up and down. I see him more often than not. It's just those three guys kind of mix in,
The
but
turd bowl down there.
I could see, but I'm saying is I could see Robert Woods because he's the veteran of the group. And he does the dirty work, the blocking and stuff to try to set up those runs to the outside that Joe Mixon is involved in a lot. So that's the reason why I could see Robert Woods, because he's a blocker too. He's a really good blocking wide receiver, and he catches punts and returns kicks and stuff too. So keep that in mind.
Well, last week your man Hutchinson was the one who was on the field the most, 62%. Mitchie and Woods, 30 to 33%. Half of his time on the field.
Yeah, I mean Hutch has been there a lot. Like he's been there a lot since Nico Collins has been out because he's got that same style.
Schultz is probably going to get a lot more as well.
In the condensed week on the Thursday, I just think it's mixing. This feels like a mixing game. Thursday night, just play bully ball, get on out of here with the W. When you play against, when you're going on the road, you got to depend on the run game to get you the W. But don't be shocked as well. The CJ Stroud still has a good game off of that run game, given the play action scheme that comes off of that. You get some downfield throws as well.
Yeah, I mean, I suspect the under, so I suspect a more defensive field goal running back type game. Could be a Brees Hall game as well from the Jets side. Even though y'all are solid as fuck against the run, but they're solid as fuck against the run too. So it just screams defense. But usually these primetime games usually play the opposite of what people think. I just took like the under, and that Steelers game that was the Giants supposed to be under. I played Steelers defense as my captain, which did good, but like they were airing it out in that bitch, and I was like, I did not expect this at all. So would not shock me to see these dudes airing it out, but also at the same time, we can't forget their number of plays per game is very low. So
are you seeing ownership?
A lot.
Are you seeing ownerships, Phil?
I didn't even look at ownership.
And the optimizer?
No, they're not updated yet.
Yeah, that's what I was saying too. Is I was like, I couldn't.
It's probably smart though, because right now versus tomorrow before lock, they'll probably be completely different numbers. I mean, I can tell you who's going to be the highest owned is going to be the running backs. It's going to probably be Brees Hall, to be honest. It's probably going to be the highest owned. Then it'll probably be Mixon. And it might be Adams or Tank Dell. So your get away from the chalk are going to be those three we were just talking about. Hutchinson, Mechie, Robert Woods.
I feel like this.
I mean, be able to get away from the chalk with Garrett Wilson. He might not be chalk tomorrow, dude.
I mean, no Alan Lazarus, so no Chuck and Duck play there for Aaron Rodgers. It's going to have to be Mike Williams. Like I expected Mike. I expected Mike Williams not to be here this week. To be totally honest with you, I expected him to be on another team at this point because of teams that need a wide receiver. Like literally they were talking about earlier rumors yesterday after Deontay got traded that people were saying, "Oh, bring him to Houston." I don't want that fucker anywhere close to my team at all. So you can stay over there.
You don't like Mike Williams? No. I'll take him on the Saints.
I don't want him. You can have him. You can have him. Dude is so sometimey. He's so sometimey, and like
I don't think that's his fault though. I think it's the quarterbacks. Like in Buffalo, man, it was fucking.
No, he was in Los Angeles. He was with the Chargers.
I mean, not Buffalo. Yeah, I meant the Chargers, but he was behind Allen every fucking game. So when you have a quarterback that's peppering one guy 20 times a fucking game, it's not his fault.
Oh no, man. I just don't. And then he seems to be like he starts to do good and then he gets hurt.
He needs to be. If he was a number one on a team, he would shine, guaranteed. I think he would shine. Problem is he ain't been number one. He's been behind receivers who are volume receivers. Therefore, he can't get volume. He's a FanDuel guy. because he's a FanDuel guy. You play him every fucking week
Need the
on
touchdown.
FanDuel. And one of those times or three of those times, he's going to break the slate. And you're going to be like, I had that motherfucker paid.
Yeah.
Because he's a touchdown guy. He's not going to get you 15 catches a game. He's going to get you 3 or 2. And they're both going to be for 20 yards plus, and 1 or 2 of them might be for touchdowns. I said A-Dot I was talking about, man. Average downfield. When they catch the ball, what's the average downfield spot that they're at is the A-Dot. His A-Dot is probably long as fuck. It's probably 15, which is crazy. Where somebody like Keenan Allen is probably like 7, 6, 7. So the average spot that they catch the ball at, how many yards downfield?
I mean, I don't get me wrong, but I don't want him here. I don't want him here. I just feel like he's not what we just lost in Stephon Diggs.
No,
he's not what we're gonna get back with Nico when Nico comes back. Hopefully, Nico's.
I don't think y'all need him neither, though. But like, I also don't think he's gonna come in tomorrow and fill the role of Lazard. I think the Lazard shit is based on chemistry. That's just there with Aaron Rodgers. I don't think he's gonna come in and be like,
just by the way, Alan Lazard is
Lazard.
Alan Lazard is wide receiver 17 in fantasy this season, by the way.
He's paired with his fucking quarterback, man.
Wow.
It's that chemistry. So like I said, Mike Williams ain't going to come in and take that. It's going to be a Garrett Wilson, Devontae Adams show tomorrow and Breece Hall. I wouldn't try to get different there. That's why I think your 3 punt plays are on the Texans. I don't think that they're on.
I mean, I think the high ownership is going to go, like you said, to the running backs. Breece Hall is people going to see what Jonathan Taylor just did to us last week. I mean, Jonathan Taylor had 20 attempts for 105 yards and a touchdown.
Might even be a fucking kicker showdown tomorrow, man. Lock in a kicker. Is it Zerloin that's for that on the Jets?
That dude sucks.
Look at that Zerloin right there, man. He's got the fucking leg.
Greg the leg?
Greg the fucking leg, man. He might be good for 3.
No, he was. I saw
him over 50, and that breaks his
IR though. I saw something.
I don't know.
Him, I saw.
That's why
he's not on the injury report, but I saw today on. So like, obviously he's not showing up in the optimizer, but at the same time, I saw today on, I believe actually on ESPN Fantasy. I was looking. Someone has him on their team in our league, and I was looking, and it said that he was on fucking IR. So I'm about to check right now. Like
I'm checking right now too, because I don't know. Yeah, he's on the IR. Damn.
Yeah.
You might be. So it's Schrader. I don't know nothing about Schrader.
Spencer Schrader and Riley Patterson.
Says he signed with the Jets practice squad Wednesday. Does that mean he's the one that's starting?
Him or Riley Patterson? I mean, Riley Patterson we've seen with the Lions before, and with you too, right, Brad? With the Jags, did he play with the Jags too? Patterson, maybe a couple games or something like that.
Damn, I don't remember. Do we gotta fucking get tricky with the kicker tomorrow?
I thought a good different play might be the Texans defense. I don't know, just getting that feeling like
damn
they might be able to have Rodgers.
Andrew Adams
Rodgers
leaves.
Numbers.
He leaves. And Texas defense is the nuts, man. Adams going to the Saints. I gave a shot. It was good. Aaron, you fucking suck. I'm out. That's it. But Fairbairn, your man Fairbairn has had double-digit fantasy points the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I know. That's why I put him on the list here.
He does that again tomorrow in the MVP spot. That could be it.
He's had double-digit fantasy points all week,
except for 2 games.
Yes, exactly. And
that was 17 points week 1 and 20 week 2. Dude, 20 in the MVP spot, that's 30 points for a kicker. Yes, that's the nuts. And I might lock him into the millie tomorrow. That means y'all fucking the red zone, dude. That's what that means. And Jets have a red zone defense. So
but you got to think though. Fairbairn ain't been just kicking the damn thing inside the 20. This man's kicking it through the 50s.
Yeah, that's what you want. You want at least 250s because they get more points. I think they're 5 points.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's it. You just need at least 250s.
He's had a 51, a 59, 2 59s, a 46, a 52, and the longest he had to hit this last week was a 35.
Yeah, man, he's
getting the attempts.
Yeah, y'all suck in the red zone. That might be.
We're talking about that slow play. It's that slow play slowing us down and getting fucking stupid
Defense
when it
arrested.
when it gets down to the on the other side of the 50. And then we get generic and Bobby Slowick just decides to run the ball or the damn offensive line makes dumbass penalties and moves us backwards. And that's what kills our drive, right? Like that shit seems to happen every drive. We seem to asinine penalties or they get CJ's ass sacked, which scares me to death tomorrow. That scares me.
Yeah,
if
I mean,
they play like shit,
Quinn
Williams is going to eat our lunch.
With Nico out, it's easier for them to play defense too because they don't have a guy out there that's destroying them that they all have to focus on. It's just easier to lock down what you do have. Y'all probably move the ball a little bit. You move it slowly, and then, like you said, field goal. A nice little kicking game. I say to pair your kickers with your running backs or running backs with defense.
I mean, he's had 3 attempts in the last 4 games. So if he's hitting 3, that's 9. That's 9 at least.
It's 9 at minimal, and it's probably more than that because most of them are 40 yards. So you want to see 250s though, because you can get up there to 10 off of 2, and the next one maybe 40. That's 14 plus you get the half. So you got 21 points in the captain spot with a kicker. It's cheap, allows you to pay up elsewhere, stack the lineup. You could probably afford both Brees and Joe Mixon in the same lineup with, Devontae Adams or Garrett Wilson, however you want to look at it, and have a solid-ass lineup all the way around rather than, having some $200 player in your lineup that you're praying never gets the ball, but he gets it this one time in the end zone for you.
Would you just say Brees and
Joe
Mixon both in the lineup?
Yup, and Garrett Young Wilson.
Let's see. Let's play with the optimizer since there's no rejections in here anyway. Let's see if it'll fit.
See if we can run something like that.
Yeah, you can run a Kaimi Fairbairn, Joe Mixon, Brees Hall, Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, and Daria Ungbunwale, who is the backup running back to Joe Mixon.
And he's actually got good hands. He can catch the ball, so there's a chance for receptions, points off reception.
You can trade out Ungbunwale for Cade Stover, who got a couple catches last week, and that dude looks like he blocks a shit ton, but when CJ gets in the ball, he runs angry. Farmer Grunk is what they call him. And then I don't know who this Jeremy Rucker is, but he's the other fill in there. I don't know. I mean, I guess if you're running Fairbairn and Mixon, the optimizer's seeing that CJ is obviously 10,000, so you got to get one of those bottom feeders. But
Dalton Schultz. See, man, I just made the winning Millie lineup right here. Yes, I did.
Like that Fairbairn. Fairbairn is one of those kickers like we've said before, like used to be Justin Tucker. You could run in the captain spot in the Baltimore showdown and feel pretty damn good about it. Fairbairn has gotten to that point where, okay, him and Harrison Butker in Kansas City and Houston showdowns, I feel like you could run them as a captain or an MVP in FanDuel for that matter and feel good because you can pay up around them for other players.
You just know those teams going to routinely kick a field goal at some point. It just always, the game flow always works them at least to that point where they could kick a field goal. And those kickers routinely get you double-digit fantasy points.
I'm going to be trick-or-treating. I'm going to look down and be winning $1 million tomorrow with the Fairbairn captain. On FanDuel, I don't think you go kicker. That's just because FanDuel is wild. I think you go running back tomorrow on FanDuel.
Looking for touchdowns.
Yeah, I think you go Mr. Mixon or Mr. Hall on the young FanDuel.
Fun fact is that Fairbairn has never been the captain though. That's crazy. Never.
I hate that.
But
He ain't never played a top flight security like Jets tomorrow.
but also the league average right now is 3% of the kickers in the captain spot. So that 3% is all you need, boy.
To be different. And if you ain't get first and he has a great game, you're gonna come into money. You're gonna be solid.
Actually, I take that back. He has been the kicker captain once. 4%.
Go, man.
Fairbairn has. I take that back. He has been. Looking at the notes now, he's been it actually as many times as fucking Aaron Rodgers has.
Yeah, I was gonna say Aaron Rodgers. I think I'd read somewhere of a different showdown week that he has. I thought it said never been the captain in a showdown slate before, but
I think
it was terrible enough for me to be like, I'm not playing Aaron Rodgers. Like I said, it's his play style, dude. He snaps the ball at the end of every snap count at like 1 second, and he moves slow. He plays slow.
He has an interception, at least one interception tomorrow. At least one.
Well, I hope they get a couple on y'all. I hope it's a defensive game. I don't want to see all this scoring. To be honest, I hate when there's a ton of scoring because it seems like every time there's a ton of scoring, I have such a good lineup, and I'm like, if these motherfuckers didn't score 3 extra touchdowns, I would have won. And I'm like, stop.
Or it's like you have the guy that's scoring all the touchdowns, but he's in your fucking flex.
Yeah.
That's what pisses you off. He's
Calvin Austin the other day, dude. Prime fucking example. He scored the punt return, and I'm like, bet I got Steelers defense. That boosted me up. I had Steelers defense and a captain. But no, you got to go and throw this motherfucker a touchdown 5 minutes later.
Tyrone, I had the captain. I had the fucking captain, Tyrone Tracy. I had that bastard. I had the captain.
I had him too in my lineup. I
had him as the captain. I had him as a captain, but that punt return was just some fluky dookie shit.
Stop scoring, bro. I'm like, stop. If you're going to throw a fucking touchdown, let it be one of those guys where everybody's like, who? Fucking
nobody had it. Nobody had it.
Nobody had it. That's what I needed in that particular situation. But no, you went through another fucking touchdown to Calvin Austin, who's had probably 1 catch all season. And now today he's got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Like, all right, man. Trolling. That's what we call trolling.
Yeah, it's rough. I mean, I don't know, man. I've got, and in this is for season long. I've got Breece and Devontae Adams on the same team. I just hope that they bomb out. Like I literally will just take a bomb out moment. So, your camera went out, my guy.
Yeah, my bad. I think I unplugged it in the back by accident. I don't think it's gonna come back on. Oh, there it goes.
There it is. We can still hear you.
There you go.
But yeah,
I was still connected. I kicked the wire.
But yeah, I'm gonna take my Texans tomorrow, of course, and I'm gonna be like I said, I'm gonna be south of the border watching this one with some mezcal in one hand and on the beach. So.
You have one for me. I'm gonna go Texans.
So I'm gonna go Texans. A couple shots for me. I'm gonna go Texans as well. I like 21-17.
That sounds good.
I'm gonna go 20-13 just because it's 2 field goals each team. And y'all just have that extra touchdown on them is all it is.
But they got 20-22. I think this is a better game. I think this is a closer game. Obviously, I'm gonna say it's 24-17. I think we win by a full touchdown.
Well, I mean, I think that's what all 3 of us said was a full touchdown. It's just a different number.
I think we just
I went 21-17.
Oh, okay. I went
Yeah,
2013.
I
I
went
thought you
20.
went 21-14 for some reason, but
I think we score, and I think that they don't. I think D'Amico gets in their ass and is like, all right, listen, this shit's on TV, like national primetime games, and the Jets are ass. So we can't lose to a 2-6 team. We're 6-2. We just can't, because we're done. We're done for the season. If I don't think we do worth the shit after that.
they have the same motto though, right? They just keep losing. They're on like a crazy lose streak, so they can't keep losing.
Yeah.
Like I said, Devontae Adams is gonna call the Saints and be like, "Look, man, I fucked up."
I would have loved to see him on the Saints, dude. Like I literally would have.
Same. I would have bought a jersey instantly.
Agreed.
But we got one question in here to answer. Young Derek in the back.
Derek says trade Josh Allen for Monty, or Josh Allen and Monty for Saquon. I have no. Or I could add Tua and Stroud from waivers. Absolutely not. I'm not even going to read the rest of the question.
No.
I'm not getting rid of Josh.
We don't.
I can't good faith to get rid of the fourth best quarterback in fantasy right now.
I don't know why you need Saquon. You got A-Chain and Gibbs and Monty. I mean, I guess you can get rid of one of Monty or Gibbs, but
Gibbs is RB6. Monty is RB12. Okay. Saquon is RB4. So Saquon has 144 fantasy points. Gibbs has 135 and a half.
It's not worth trading.
I don't like this one. Yeah, don't trade. Hold on. I think that there's some chances down the road for those running backs to have even better performances that you already have on your team.
I think you need a wide receiver.
Dak is QB 20. CJ is, and I'm a Texans fan, he's QB 14. And Tua is QB 34. Nah. You drafted Josh Allen where you did for a reason. Keep the thing. Keep it going. Like you got, like I said, like Phil said, you got Achan, Gibbs, Monty, and this is PPR, and you're 5-3. It's got you where you are because that's what you did.
Probably needs a wide receiver.
I think that's a good take. Wilson is a 2. Reed is flaky. Higgins is a 2 and stays hurt. Deontay is gonna be, his production is gonna go down-ish. It's not gonna be 20. It's not gonna be all the targets that he was getting with Carolina. It's gonna be more akin to what he was getting 2 years ago, probably when he was with Pittsburgh.
My hot take is I think you trade Deontay. I think people are going to want him because of where he's going, and I agree with Cody. I don't think he's going to come in and be a 1, and I think his volume's going to go down. But a lot of people are not going to think that. They're just not. It's just going to be more contrarian.
I've heard a lot of
who you trade and get a better wide receiver. Trade him and somebody for a better wide receiver.
I agree, Phil.
I mean, Deontay had 6, 14, 13, 6, 10, and 3. So I believe that his ceiling with the Ravens is more along the lines of that 6 targets a game. And that's in the games that he's had 6 targets. He's had 3.9, 4.5, and 5.9 this season. And then in week 7, when he played against Washington, he had 3 targets and he had 2.7 points. So you're going to be touchdown dependent with him going forward, I think. And then you also, I mean, yes, you have Shakir, and you have that kind of in your back pocket a little bit for the stack with Allen based on the matchup. Obviously, he's kind of the number 2, maybe. We don't really know. We haven't seen enough with Amari Cooper yet, but I think what feels right is you need a package for a pure number 1 wide receiver there, like package maybe Reed, or you could even package Higgins and Deontay for a pure number 1 if you could move up high with to get a good return wide receiver. it's really like what people need in your league. It's kind of really it is. You're looking for Jetta or Chase or CD. But like I said, Garrett Wilson is wide receiver 6. So you have that in your back pocket too. So Rodgers is going to throw it to him if he can.
He might even be able to trade like Deontay for Drake London. Might.
I mean, London's wide receiver 5. If you could package 2 of those, Shakira and maybe Deontay, 2 for 1, if someone was willing to take that, if they had Lamar Jackson, you could sell them on the fact that he's going to you could stack it.
Yep.
I don't know.
Smart. Look for somebody that has Lamar and offer him as a trade for a good wide receiver.
Ship Dak's ass out
with him.
Dak
is hot shit.
Somebody that has a CD Lamb.
I would play Tua before I played Dak. And I'd play Stroud before I played both of them.
Yeah, and Dak is not. He's not going to be that guy this season, man. He's not going to win you a league.
I think he's due for a game, but other than that, he's useless. Yo.
What's up, John? We appreciate you hopping in, buddy. Make sure that you pay attention. Come to the show in week 10 to get you a chance to get that Tyreek jersey. We got the Sports for You guys sending us some shirts. We're sending them some Ballers and Brief shirts. So we're gonna a couple weeks when all the dust settles, we'll be rocking a Sports for You for everybody, just so that they can see us and they'll get to have some Ballers and Brief stuff. So we appreciate John and the boys, Mark and
Nick. That.
But yeah, no, if anybody else has got questions, we will answer those real quick and then we can dip out. I don't see anybody else that's got any questions, but we got quite a few people watching us right now.
Ask them questions. DFS questions, season-long questions. Season-long are easier to answer on Saturday because we do more of the games, more of the slate, and it's the day before the main slate. It's easier. Injuries are updated and things like that, but still answer them today.
Yeah, if you got questions, we can answer them now. I mean, I know that, like I said, I'm gonna make the show a little bit shorter on Saturday because
Cody's gonna be in Mexico.
Yeah,
sipping down while we're all working and stressing.
Hey man, I gotta do what I gotta do. I gotta de-stress.
Yeah, I need a trip to Mexico. I need another trip to Evermore, man. I like Evermore.
You like this place I'm going, man. I promise you would.
I've been to Cancun. I know you've been sketch.
I know you're a little sketch about Mexico, but this spot's like we're all.
I'm sketch about the flight I took them Cancun. I took a flight called Mexicana, man. I swear we weren't gonna land. That whole plane was a vibrating chair, bro. Like it was doing this on the way down. Shit was falling from the ceiling, man. I'm like, we're not gonna make it. And this was just landing. And then when I got there, like I'd never been there before, so like people are like grabbing my luggage from me and trying to put it in a van, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, "Fuck are you? Don't touch my stuff." And I was like, but other than that, man, Cancun was a blast.
We've been to Cancun quite a few times.
I got so burnt, dude, that I couldn't sleep. My head up top was burnt that if I rolled on my pillow, it like crunch, and I was like, I've never had that before, so I was literally a lobster out there.
we've been burnt a few times together, so
yeah, all you can eat, all you can drink. A resort that I was on, man, it was incredible. I even went off the resort like an idiot and went to a Walmart, grabbed some Jaeger because they don't have, when it's all you can drink, they don't have like normal shit. I went and grabbed Jaeger and like a 32 pack of Red Bull, and I brought it back and I told the bartender, this is for me and my crew only, no one else. And we're in there taking Jaeger bombs the whole trip, and everybody's like, we want Jaeger bombs?
Where'd you get that from?
Yeah, no, you have to risk your life like I did. Go off the resort and go get it and come back.
But yeah, so I think that we don't look like we don't got any more questions. Just people just jumping in on the conversation. So Should we run the video one more time to remind them
Run
what
it.
that? So
Run
just
that
y'all keep this
video.
in mind. This is what all the marbles is for. Come catch the big fish on
Came here to do. Now bust
weekend.
it open, let me see you get loose. It's going down for real.
10th week, number 10. The cheetah
10. Yeah.
signed. Beckett
10.
authenticated.
I also gave the answer away, so go back and look. I gave the answer away to the question already, so it's there. It's buried in the
Both
context.
this week and last week.
You get yeah.
Got to
just
study
every
your
time we
notes
talk
like
about
back in
it,
school.
It's also an answer that you just may naturally know.
Yeah. It's
Not
not
nothing
hard. You can Google it, you'll find it, but I'm gonna ask it on week 10, middle of the show, something like that. And then as long
First
as you
person to answer in the chat will win it.
yeah,
Boom.
you gotta
Just
be there in the
study.
chat.
You
Yep.
have to be a follower. You cannot
Yeah.
just be random.
Yeah.
You
So
have
you
to
have
be
to
a
follow us because
follower.
I can find out if you follow us or not. So
That will be
but-
part 2 to winning it. And if you're not a follower, it'll go to the second person who answers it. So even if you see somebody answer it anyways, because you could fall in line.
Yep, guys. Well, we appreciate it. H-Town to the round. Happy Halloween, everybody. If you go
Yes,
out, take
be
your
safe.
kids trick or treating. Be safe. Make sure you check the candy too. Some weird people in this world.
No, yes.
Unfortunately.
And I hate to have to say that, but yeah, make sure that you keep your kids with you too. So much love, and we will catch you guys on Sad Tour Day.
Best of luck.
Let us know when you hit that big pocket tomorrow, or you take your opponent to the cleaners
I
with
already
your
entered
Texans.
the Millie with Fairbairn. I'm gonna let y'all know that now. Thanks, KC. Appreciate
Thank you.
Y'all later. Later, KC. Later, John.